We already have studied this chart while studying data types. We have different data types: character, integer, floating, and for them there are different format specifiers that also we know. C for character, D or I for integer, F or E for floating, and all that. These format specifiers we use with print statement. In the print statement, we normally say %d and write variable name of integer. But here we can give width, and this width is the minimum width to display the integer. If the integer is of smaller size than width, then initial spaces are printed. If integer is of bigger size, then the complete integer is displayed. By adjusting this w, we can place the integer value where you want. Similarly, for real, there is w is complete width and p is the precision, that is decimal digits after decimal point we have to specify. For real, we can use e also, small or capital, where exponential form number is displayed. C is for character and S is for string. These are the format specifiers. Now there are some special characters for controlling the output, escape sequences. We know \n new line, \t for tab also, B for vertical tab, F for new page, B for backspace, A alert, it generates some audible output also for alerting us. On the characters, there are many functions given in ctype.h. We normally include stdio.h. In that, printf and scanf statements are given. Along with that, for characters, there are some instructions in stdio that get s and put s for reading and writing the string, get char and put char for reading and writing the character. But on the read character, to check the character, many functions are there in ctype.h. So the instructions are very easy to understand or remember also. Is alpha checks whether the character is alphabetical. Is digit checks whether digit. ALNUM alphanumeric, space character. If it is later, then lowercase or uppercase also can be checked. Is lower, is upper. Hex digit can be changed. Control character can be changed. Printable character, that is alphanumeric, space, special characters, they can be checked. Punctuation characters, comma, semicolon, they can be checked. Graphical characters are checked. If lowercase characters are there, then they can be converted to uppercase, and uppercase can be to lowercase using 2 lower and 2 upper. The space characters are there. White space characters are space, new line, horizontal tab, vertical tab, form feed, and carriage return. These are space related characters. Now I'll see these instructions actually using our compiler. Now let's start our compiler. Let's use our compiler. First we'll see the format specifiers for printf and scanf. Then we'll move to characters. Now let's define, suppose integer I, and let's print this. So printf %d or %i for integers I. Now this will be printed in our normal fashion. So we have to define I. So let I be 1, 2, 3, 4. A simple value I just checked. So 1, 2, 3. Here, if I give the width, suppose I give the width anything lower than 4, because our integer is of 4 digits, 2, then integer is displayed as it is. But if I give here the width more than 4, suppose 7, then 7 is the total width, but 4 digit number is there. So there will be 3 spaces and then the number will be displayed. So let's run this. You can see that there are spaces. So in this way, by adjusting the spaces, you can place the number anywhere. After the number, immediately the cursor is there. Here you can give the negative number also. If I give -8, what does it mean? 8 is the total spaces, but minus indicate that number will start here only at the starting point. But after the number, the spaces will be given. So let's run. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then spaces are there and then the cursor is there. Now let's check for float. You can of course change these numbers and do the trials that or which numbers, how the output looks, that you have to do actually. Now I give a float number, say 123.456. Suppose this is our number. Now here format specifier is F, our usual format specifier. So the number is displayed like this. Here, if I write here specifically, suppose 5.2, then after decimal point only 2 digits will be displayed. Sorry, we have to write down F here. I forgot F. So 123.46. So this is rounding is done here automatically. If I write here instead of 5, if I write here 10 and give the instruction, so the number is displayed like this. So there are spaces here, then 123.46. In this way, we can adjust the number of decimal points after this. Suppose I write here instead of 2, I write here 4 because there are 3 decimal digits already there after decimal point. And if I give 4, then what happens? 123.456. Now let's use E format specifier. You have to do the trials yourself. %E, then the same number looks like this, 1.23 e raised to plus 2. Suppose the number is like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Such big number is there. Okay? This is now. Suppose the number is 0.00 and in this way the number is. Then how it number will look like? 1.23 e raised to minus 0. So in this way, the float numbers in exponential form are displayed. Instead of this E, you can write down capital E also. It will give us the same result. Now character. Here, if we define character, character could be anything. Character suppose K. Character is K. And you can give here any character. Suppose I give here character A. Now we have to print character. So this is %C for character. And character is K. So let's change here to K. So A will be displayed. A. Now instead of printf, we can give putchar also. So instead of printf, suppose I give putchar and then K. So put the character K on the screen. So A will be there. So putchar is a shortcut for printf. Now suppose we give string. So this is a string. Suppose we define string and the string is defined in double quotes. Give any message in the string. Suppose A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is the string. Now one of the way is our normal way, printf %S for string, and what is the name of the string? K. So the string will be printed at the output. Another way is instead of printf, you can write down putS. PutS is a shortcut for printf. PutS K. PutS K will also print the same. So you can give any message to the user using putS also. Now let's try some instructions of ctype.h. So we must include that. #include ctype.h. It provides some comparison instructions that we have seen already on the character. So let us define character K. We can read character A, character K, using the instruction getchar. This instruction is a part of stdio.h. Getchar, and we have to give K equal to getchar. So getchar gets the character and this character is placed in the variable name key. So in this way we get this. After this, if we write putchar, then the character will be printed also. Now this character we will check whether it is digit, whether it is alphabet. So if, now try to remember the instructions, they are very easy. Each digit checks whether the character is digit or not. Which character? K. So we must give is digit K. If it is digit K means if digit character K is digit or not. If this is the case, yes, then let's say that put S, give a message that is digit. This character is digit. Now let's check it is space or not. Else if. So what is the instruction for that? Is space. Is space. Who? K. If K is space, then write down that it is space. Here we write down that space. Now let's check whether it is punctuation character. Else if is P-U-N-C-T, punctuation character. Who? Again K. Then write down here that yes, it is a punctuation character. P-U-N-C-T. It's a short form. Next, check whether it is alphabet or not. So else if it is alphabet. So is alpha. Who? Again K. If K is, then write down here is alphabet. Is alphabet. So in this way we can check this. So let's check this. Get the character and check whether it is correct or not. So let's run this program. Run. Now enter character. Suppose I enter R. R is alphabet. Good. Now suppose I enter 6. 6 is digit. It is giving us correct. Suppose I enter comma. Comma is punctuation character. Correct. Suppose I enter say space. Is space correct? Very good. It is running fine. So you can run this program again and again. Suppose I enter capital D is alphabet. So it checks and doing. Now let's try to use whether the character is lower or upper, and let's change the case. This case will occur only if it is alphabetical. So here we'll start the new. So if the character is alphabet, then we'll give a message that it is alphabet and let's change case. So let's change case. Now how to change the case? To change the case, check whether it is lower. If it is lower, then make it upper. If it is already upper, then make it lower. Okay. So if is lower, who? Yes, K. If K is lower, then what we have to do is put char to upper. Who? K. So make K upper and print it. Next case, else. If it is lower, then make it upper. What is the another case? If it is already upper, then we have to put into the lower. So put char to lower. If it is already upper, then make it lower and then print. And here else if bracket is there and that will be finishing here. So this curly bracket is matching here where the else if loop is there. Under this condition, this part will be executed. So if the entered character is alphabetical, then it will be converted from lowercase to upper or uppercase to lower. And if the character is not alphabet, then the corresponding message will be displayed. So let's run. Suppose I enter 5. 5 is digit, nothing will happen. Suppose I enter D. It is a small d. Is alphabet, let's change case. It has become capital D. Let's run it again. Suppose I enter Y. Both are printed. If is lower. Else we have to write down here. Else. Otherwise both are printed. Else. Run the program. Suppose I enter Y. Yes. Y is changed to capital Y. Run it again. I enter Y. A is to capital A. Run it again. Now I enter capital H to small h. So it is changing the case. Very good. It is running in the proper way. Now let's define an array of characters. Array of characters, as I told you, is given in double quotes. So let's give some message here. And in that message, find out what is the status of all the characters. So I give anything. A, suppose capital B, then space, then 5, then maybe comma, anything here. 7, then star, then suppose capital E, small n, again some character, suppose 8, like this. So this is the character. Now let's check whether what is the status of every character. It is alphabet or space or punctuation, that we'll find out. So don't change the case, just give this message. So is alphabet and write our normal statement. Okay. Now these characters we have to check. Now this is a list of characters array. So for that we need some counter. Counter can be integer or character also. So character I is acting as a counter for loop. Now we don't have to get the characters are with us, but we have to check them. So for I equal to 0 to I less than, how many characters are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, space also we have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 are there. So now here we have to check. So we have to check for all characters. So we must make a loop of for loop. In the for loop, every character will be checked, and whether it is digit or space or punctuation or alphabet, that message will be given to us. Now how the character is identified? Character is identified with I. So this is K0, K1, K2, K3. So with I it is identified. So every K we have to write down I. Ki, Ki. So when I is equal to 0, K0 will be checked. When I equal to 1, K1 will be checked. Now the character we should place here so that it will be easy to read the message that this character is digit, this character is like this. So put char. Which character we have to put? The same Ki. So first place the character and then give the message that it is a digit or space or whatever it is. Now, so this is matching with this for loop. So this is matching with what? It is not matching with any. This here we forget I plus plus, and this is matching here. So let's check. This is our string one by one characters will be taken. If the character is digit or space, accordingly the message will be given. And this will be done for all the characters from 0 to 10. So let's run this program. Yes, A is alphabet, B is alphabet, space, digit, punctuation, everything is given in the proper manner. Very good. It is running fine. You can change the message here according to the characters, give the number here and do it again. Now let's do something else. Let's give some message here. Suppose HO capital W. Then A capital R small e. And suppose YO capital E. So purposely I have given some small, some capital. Let's convert this complete string into either capital or either small. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters are there. Now we need not put this character change etc. We have to directly check every character. If it is lower, then convert into upper. That's all. So check here. If is lower, who? Ki. So Ki. If it is lower, then what we have to do is make it upper. So make it upper. So Ki, new value of Ki is 2 upper Ki. So if Ki is lower, then make it upper. If Ki is already upper, then don't do any change. And after that, we have to print that. So put char Ki. Put char Ki. So whatever is the Ki, that will be printed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to write here 11. And don't worry about the spaces because is lower or is upper. They check whether it is alphabetical and then only they change the check whether it is lower or upper. So if it is not alphabetical character, then no operation is done on this. So let's run this program. Some error is there. Okay, let's now run the program. Let's make it 12. Now suppose you want to make it in the lower case, then here we'll write down is upper and this will be converted to lower. Let's run the program. Everything is in lower case. So it's working fine. You can try such programs and get acquainted with the instructions of ctype.h.